You know, I've come to believe there's a superhero in every one of us. Most people never meet that version of themselves because life doesn't always give us a moment big enough to wake it up. But every now and then, something happens, and that hidden instinct, that spiritual reflex, rises before fear does. It moves your body before your mind has time to argue with it. Some people go their whole life never discovering that side of themselves. But a 16-year-old young man named Corion Evans found out exactly who he was, in one moment he never planned for. Let me tell you a story about a young black teenager from Mississippi, and the nightlife revealed the hero inside him. It happened in Moss Point, late at night, near a dark boat launch by the Pascagoula River. 3 teenage girls were driving together, following their GPS in the dark. They thought they were turning onto another road, but it was the boat ramp leading straight into the river. They didn't realize it until the front tires dipped and the whole car slid forward faster than they could stop it. Inside the car, panic. Cold water rushing in quick, doors impossible to open because of the pressure, windows becoming their only way out. The girls managed to escape the vehicle and climbed onto the roof as it floated about 20 feet offshore, but the river current was strong, pulling them away from the ramp. They were coughing, disoriented, trying to keep themselves above the water. That's when Corion saw what was happening. He noticed headlights in the water that shouldn't have been there. He heard screaming that didn't sound like panic. It sounded like fear, and something inside him switched on. He took off his shoes, pulled off his shirt, and jumped straight into the river. No hesitation, no second guessing, just instinct. When Corion reached the girls, they were exhausted. One was barely able to keep herself up. Another was panicking and slipping under. The third was drifting farther away from the ramp. Corion guided the first girl back toward the shore, holding her steady against the current, step by step, breath by breath. Then he turned around and swam back for the second girl, helped her breathe, helped her move in the right direction. He went back one more time for the last girl, the one who had drifted the farthest, and pulled her towards safety while she held on to him, crying and shaking. During all this, Officer Gary Mercer jumped into the water to help, but the current was too strong. His heavy vest began pulling him under. Corion, already exhausted, swam over and lifted the officer up from underneath, guiding him back toward the ramp until other responders could reach them. 3 teenage girls, 1 police officer, all alive, because a 16-year-old refused to stand still while people were drowning. Stories like this remind us that the world still has good people in it, that human nature still carries instinct, compassion, and courage, and that sometimes the greatest heroes are the ones who never asked to be one. Corion Evans is a hero, and not the kind the movies show you, not the kind with a cape or a costume. He's the kind of hero who shows up in real life, in real danger, and puts his life on the line because somebody else needed him. And maybe, if more stories like this were told, instead of the negativity we see every day, we'd remember that our community has real-life superheroes walking among us. If you've never heard his name, I hope you look him up. Search Corion Evans. Learn what he did. Share what he did. Because the world needs to remember that heroes don't only exist in comic books. Some people wait for help, and some people become it. This is the quote room, where words wake minds. Some things don't need a reaction, just reflection, just a few thoughts I had on my mind.